Okay, the spring, this is when it gets really fun. And I label the spring anytime, the water temperature hits around 55 to when they're getting on the beds. After they leave their beds, that's basically summer pattern to me. So in the spring, what the bass are basically thinking, first early on, they're thinking about feeding up. And the reason they're thinking about feeding up is because their whole mindset is going to switch to getting on the beds, where they're not really concerned as much about eating. They're getting on the beds to fertilize their eggs and release their eggs. What triggers that is not only water temperature, it's the length of day and the penetration of sunlight in the water for a consistent amount of time. And that may only be 2 days. I would say if you're going to look for a water temperature, I would say around that 65-degree mark is a pretty good water temperature where they're going to be on beds. They can get on earlier, they can get on later. Mother Nature's plan of preserving the lifespan of a bass is they don't all spawn at once. They spawn throughout the spring. They need sunlight to grow those eggs on those beds. So they need the longer days and they need warmer water to incubate those eggs. What I'm looking for in the spring is I'm trying to find where the bass are. And I kind of like to look from those points, those main lake points, to the backs of those creeks or coves. What they're looking for is a flatter area with a harder bottom, shallow, where you can get plenty of light penetration and there's not a lot of wind, there's not a lot of boat traffic. It's kind of a back away where those eggs won't get pushed around and they won't get pushed around. So I'm going to target those. First, look at those points, those main points that stick way out, those flatter points early on in the spring. After those points, I'm going to start moving towards that back of that creek or cove. And I may go midway back, which is called a secondary point, and look for there. Right then, you're looking for any type of trees, logs, big rocks that are down the water, because they're going to sit around those as ambush points. And then from there, they're going to continue their final stretch to the backs of those creeks, those shallow, anywhere from a foot to 3 foot of water, 4 foot of water areas that are harder. I mean, they could be anything from spawning on a tire, on a rock, on a log, or just hard bottom. So keep in mind in this spring transition, you're going to have to fish a lot. You're going to fish those points. Look for them there. They're not there. Move your way back to the secondary point. You're going to fish those, and then you're going to continue working back until you find those in that transition to that back of the creek to spawn. So now let's say the water temperature is getting closer to that 65. We've had those good sunny days, and it's just looking right where those bass may be back there on the beds. So what you're going to look for is basically they're big circles. Typically, a typical bed is a big circle, and they use their tails to fan it out. So you may see dark mossy ground, and then I might see a light circle in the ground with maybe kind of a little dip in it, maybe dug out just a little bit. And then you're just looking for a bass sitting in it, and they're not going to move this time of year. And it may be really frustrating if you see one and you're casting to it and it just doesn't care about your bait at all. And that's kind of the name of the game this time of year. If you can find them like that and not scare them, spook them off their nest, and you can cast the bait in there, subtly work it, you can get bites, but keep in mind they're just biting it and they're going to spit it out pretty quick. So if you want to catch one on a bed, as soon as you get bit, you're going to have to set the hook, because most likely they're spitting that bait right off, because they're thinking it's a creature trying to come in and get whatever eggs are there. So they want to take it and remove it from their nest and come right back to the nest. A lot of people really like fishing during the spawn because it's predictable. You're sight fishing. You can visually see those fish on those beds. So you're really, once you find them, you're basically just trying to trick the fish into biting your lure to get them to catch. Some people are against it because they feel like nature's way is the bass is there for one reason and we're disturbing it. But keep in mind, if you safely catch these fish and release them back in the water, they will go right back to that bed and protect their nest. You remove them from the lake, yes, you're disturbing that chain even more. But if you just want to catch them, you can simply catch it, release it safely, gently back in the water, and you can watch it swim right back to the bed. And there's nothing really wrong with that, in my opinion.
Okay, so when they're actually spawning, the male and the females are the bigger bass, and they will get on the nest first and put their eggs down, lay their eggs down. And then after they're done, they're not there very long, and they'll move off, usually not very far. And the male will come up there and fertilize and defend the eggs. And then so a lot of times what you'll see is the male on the bed because they're there for a longer amount of time, basically just defending, warding off bluegill, whatever it is. So they'll be on the bed the longer amount of time. And the female, like I said, it won't be very far away. She's still there in the area. Typically she'll slide off in a little bit deeper water and rest. So a lot of times if you cast in there and you catch that male, if you let him go on the other side of the boat, a little furthest away you can, even taking your boat and moving it off and letting it go, or if you're at a pond, walking down the bank and releasing it further down, giving him a longer time to swim back to that bed. That female sometimes will actually come up to that nest and defend it until that male can get back. So a lot of times you can cast in there again, move it across that bed, and that female will come up there and eat it too. And you've got two bass really quickly, and your bigger bass is probably the second bass that you caught. So as for baits in the spring is kind of pick your poison. So I'm going to break it down rather than getting into a lot of it, break it down into two categories. Early in the spring, focus on moving baits, and those can be shad baits or they can be crawfish pattern. So you got buzz baits, spinner baits, crank baits, kind of the bass are a little more aggressive. As you transition more to the back of the creeks to the spawning part of the season, focus on your soft plastics, natural presentations, your Texas rigs, your little worms and creature baits, stuff that you can slowly work across and over areas. Just because those bass are starting to slow down and focus more on spawning, so they're not as willing to bite. So the natural presentations will get you more bites.